Hey beer tubers, Ryan back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me once again. I have a beer I've been waiting for a while since I got to try the sneak preview when I went to the Homebrewers Conference. This is Stone's anniversary beer, and if you watched an earlier review, I did Stone's SoCal Hop Salute Black Double IPA. This was a pilot batch of the 15th anniversary, which we have in this bomber here. This beer, I believe, was 9.9% ABV, so it's a slightly tweaked recipe. They use different hops. They use Target and Hercules in this one, along with Citra and Columbus. This one is 15th anniversary. The Escondidian Imperial Black IPA has Columbus for bittering, finish it with Citra for aroma and flavor, and then they dry hop it with Nelson Sauvin and Pacific Jade, a couple Kiwi hops. So it is a different recipe, a little higher ABV, almost a full percent higher. Let's get it cracked open. So this is one big black IPA. Unfortunately for me, this is going to be less of a surprise than for a lot of you guys. Okay, so pour absolutely pitch black, about a finger ahead on there. Don't expect that to stick around too long with this big of a beer. It's a nice light brown. I already smelled it when I opened the bottle up, but let's get the aroma on it. Oh yeah, nothing but hops. Nothing but hops on the aroma. Oh wow. You sort of have some sort of pungent, resiny hops that are kind of underneath a huge layer of very sweet citrus and kind of floral notes. I get a lot of tangerine on the nose, like very sweet flavors. Definitely can get some Nelson in there. There's some slight tropical fruit notes, maybe like a sweet mandarin kind of flavor coming through, that white grape character. Not quite sure what Pacific Jade's in there, but I don't know if that's more fruitiness. It's a very fruity, sweet kind of orange, mandarin orange, tangerine nose with a kind of underlying pungent kind of hop aroma. So it smells awesome. Let's dig in. Cheers. Wow, that is a big beer. That is a very, very big beer. Wow, I can't believe it's that bitter for 10.8%. I mean, you were just punched right up front of the palate with big, it kind of follows the nose in the sense this big pungent hop bitterness, very pungent, very resiny, that Columbus coming through. Columbus kind of also, from what I get, kind of has a slight like bitter kind of grapefruit. You don't get a whole lot of bitter grapefruit on this. It's big pungent up front. Midway through, still getting hops. It's the sweeter hops, the Citra, the Nelson, and maybe whatever the Pacific Jade's coming through, and it's kind of giving you a lot of the sweeter notes, the tangerine kind of character, the grapey, the white grape kind of notes from the Nelson. You get some, sweeter orange, sweeter kind of grapefruit notes, just sweeter citrus notes to kind of really complement, and at the very end, the hops do kind of fade out at the end. It has a nice long finish. Get some nice little bit of chocolate notes on the back end. Such a big mouthfeel on this beer. I mean, it is about as close as full body as you can get for this big of a beer. I mean, it's coats your mouth real well. Yet it's still very drinkable. All those hops are really covering up the alcohol. I really can't get a whole lot of alcohol. You kind of start to feel it, maybe a slight tinge of a burn going down the back of the throat, but not much other than just that. Can't really taste anything. I mean, it's a scary how drinkable this beer is for 10.8%. I mean, you can slug it down almost. It's fantastic. Oh, so I'm going to let this one warm up some more, and we'll come back with some more tasting notes. Okay, so we're back with Stone's Escondidian Imperial Black IPA. As I let it warmed up on the nose, get a little less sweetness and more of a kind of darker malt coming through. Mainly a little bit of roast and some nice kind of dark chocolate notes like you got on the flavor. So it definitely starts to change as it warms up. Taste wise, yeah, the malt is shining through much more. Instead of like coming in just at the end with that just blast of awesome hot bitterness and flavors, kind of starts more mid palate. Bitterness still hits you up front, still get those flavors, but it's like an imperial stout starts to shine through this beer. You think it's just like a, you know, like Stone Sublime Self-Righteous, for example, you know, nice kind of hoppiness, but the malt just still plays a supportive role. With this one, there's enough of the malt backbone in there that's really just coming in to its own as you let it warm up. Some sweeter caramel notes. You get some, I mean, there's still a ton of like chocolate, dark chocolate, kind of cocoa powder kind of chocolate thing going on. Some slight roastiness that kind of lends to a slight kind of coffee character, but pretty minimal. Definitely bigger on the chocolate than, say, like the Stone IRS. So I'm pretty sure they're not taking the exact Stone IRS recipe and hopping the hell out of it. But it's almost like that with this beer. So if you're new to black IPAs or whatever you want to call it, hopped up stouts, porters, up Pacific Northwest, I like to call them Cascadian dark ales. Hence the term Escondidian is sort of a spoof on Cascadian, Stone being in Escondido, California, if you're wondering on that one. But to me, this is the finest example of this style I've ever had. So it's either a good place to start if you've never had one and you want to try the best. If you've never liked one before, maybe try this one and see if you like this, because either you're going to love it or hate it. I mean, it's such a big, bold beer, yet so drinkable. I mean, so I got to give this one an A+. This is fantastic. I am definitely going to be buying quite a few bottles. Highly recommend drinking this one fresh, although I'll probably save one or two to see how it might age, say 6 months down the line, 3 months down the line, something like that. But yeah, go pick this up. This is pretty widely available. Every single state I believe that Stone distributes in will be getting Stone's 15th anniversary Escondidian Imperial Black IPA. So I highly recommend picking it up if you think you'd like this style. It's worth at least buying once to try it, and it's pretty reasonably priced for a bomber of anniversary beer that's over 10%. So do yourself a favor, pick one up. Yeah, A+. This is amazing Imperial Black IPA, the finest one I've ever had. Really takes this style to a whole different level. So, and that's what, you know, that's why I'm giving it A+. So, thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.